Everybody, welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreakers, episode 2. Well, I use episode 2. It's obviously mini-series. We'll do what we do as we do it. So last episode, we kind of went through the basics, and we're going to continue with the tutorial, but now we're into the ship catalogue. And whereas previously we had these level 1s, which have got pretty much nothing, now, if I can just get myself out of there and press R, we now have these level 2s, and these, again, they're all hazard level 2. They've all got slight fire hazards and a bit of explosive decompression hazards and things, but largely the same. So let's go for that one and we'll take it. Now, I don't know how much more we're going to have to put up with our instructor, but, you know, such is life. We'll do that, and because I just want, that's not my, turn the volume down on my phone, there you go. Right.
Hi, hold up a second there, Cutter.
So he's back.
Because you've increased your rank, we're going to give you the next greatest ship. Now this one will be full of machinery, electronics, furniture, all stuff that Lynx can collect and resell. You're going to want to toss those items on the barge.
That's the thing down there.
That's the big green thing below you. Go ahead, have a look. Toss any valuable objects or components down there. Now don't worry about breaking anything. There's a dampening field that'll catch everything. It works great most of the time. Let's give it a go.
Okay, so we've got stuff, and we can throw stuff down there, we can throw stuff in there, we can throw stuff in there, and what we can do if you really want to get around fast is just get your little hand and winch yourself over. So what have we got? We've got what can we throw in there? We can throw one of them in, because that's a thing, and down it goes, and we have an item. Now let's have a look. The entire thing is depressurized. That's good. The airlock is there, so what we probably want to do is just yank that off and chuck it down, and then maybe just yank that one off and chuck that one down. And we damaged that. Okay, that's a problem. I need to get a bit closer. So that, because it's red, I've clipped it when I've taken it out, and it's not. Look. I need to get a bit closer. If I want to pull it out, I can go down, and providing it's not too heavy, of course, I can bring it back up here, and we can put it in the furnace because I wrecked it. So there you go. And let's just scotch in and have a little look, see what there is. Right. That's food pack goes in the furnace. That is bottle goes in the furnace. Don't need to put them in the furnace. There is an award for a sticker, if you like. There's collectibles, and we'll just we'll chuck this down, get this completed, but still pretty straightforward.
Nice work. Got that pretty
Now.
quickly. Now let me teach you about the kiosk. Once the training wheels come off, Lynx regulations mean you got to cover your own oxygen and fuel cost. That's the way things go.
Not only are you stupidly in
no
debt.
need to panic. They'll last you a good while. But if you end up running out, you got to go top up at the kiosk over there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Good stuff, Coder. Pretty easy, right? All right. I'll leave you to it. We'll chat again when you hit the next rank. Weaver out.
So it's not enough that they've killed you, recloned you, charged you $1.2 billion for the privilege, which you're now working off, but the very things you need to survive
Have a nice day.
are, and do your job, are now costing you. Hence why it becomes beneficial to learn how to get around this place quick, because you don't want to waste fuel too much, and you certainly don't want to go around wasting time, because time is oxygen and oxygen is money, as is fuel and tethers and health packs. Yeah, I think you're kind of getting the feel here. This is what capitalism looks like if left to run unchecked. And don't get me wrong, I'm not some kind of weird socialisty kind of person. Oh, that's not unpleasant. That's a bit unpleasant. Okay. So we got you. I'm not some kind of weird.
Some potential fire hazards
there.
There, so watch out, Cutter. Be
So
careful not to cut or bump oxygen tanks, fuel tanks, or fuel lines.
right.
If there are flammable objects
Yep.
nearby, those flames can spread pretty quick like.
Right. So then it's just a matter of cutting down. Personally, I prefer to cut the sides off or the top and bottom off. Doesn't really matter which. But I don't like to try and get things like that out. Without getting a bit of clearance, because like the little thing we broke, the airlock switch, they're a bit twitchy, and twitchy means that you want to bring them out steadily, and preferably not bang them too much, because otherwise they blow up. And once you've got them out, you can chuck it down and we're all done. Yay. What else is there to cover? This side is going to be a bit problematic. We'll come to that one later, but for now what I am going to do is I'm going to split out the floor, I'm going to split out the ceiling, and then I'm going to start working on getting all of these little bitty bits salvaged and put away, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, got the top off, got the bottom off. I inadvertently chucked some metal in there when it should have gone in there, but it wasn't a significant amount, so I think I'll probably get away with it. In the meantime, we can take this, fire that a lot down, and grab the posters, because there is an achievement for grabbing all the posters as well, so that's always good. Grab those. Now, interestingly, if this went in the processor, you probably, well, actually no, you would have wanted to chuck that in because it's a barge item. If it was stuck to something that goes in the barge, such as say the airlock, then you could have chucked the airlock in with the thing on it. It wouldn't have made any difference. Hello, let me get you done, and then there's probably continue cutting this side down. Now this side is going to be easy. This side is going to be awkward, because, well, you can see there's no way in to the gap between there and there, and this is where your split saw is going to come in. Now you really do need to be confident that A, there's no pressure behind that it's not a pressurized component, and B, that there's nothing explosive, electrical, coolant, any hazards basically, which is why I'm cutting very close to the ground and to the sides, because if there is anything, it will most likely be in the middle. Not always, but most likely. And yeah, that takes all that lot out, and then you can get in there and have a look, see what's in there. And there is another explosive thing. There is nothing over there, but I wouldn't have expected there to be. However, there is this thing which we would like to get out of the way, the airlock. And this one requires you to cut 4 points that connect this inside to the outside section, and 1 point that connects to the airlock to all of those. So these 4 points connect up the outside, and that is there. And with a little bit of luck and not, hopefully it's not drifting too much there. It's not. Okay. Oh, I appear to have... Oh, because I cut through there. That's fine then. And then that one can also go in there. This will come out and go down there. And finally we should be able to get you out. And pow! Then it's just really a matter of cutting all of these bits down, like for example that. Now you can do it with a precision cut, but that works just as well. And then we're going to chuck you down to the bottom, do the same on the other side. I'll strip this down pretty much the same way I did the last one then. There's a little bit of stuff in here to pull out, but other than that, this is more or less all going to go by the same playbook. So yeah, this is that's level 2. It'll take a...
Make your way back to the kiosk.
Yeah, my oxygen's getting low.
Blue ain't his color. Trust me on this one. Leave her out.
Yeah. Oh, no. But again, just use the grapple to pull you in, but just be careful not to do it too fast, otherwise you'll buy some more stuff and continue salvaging. So I'll be back in a bit, probably when I finish this ship now, because there's not a huge amount left to it, I don't think. Back in a bit. Alright, almost there. I'm not sure whether I mentioned this on the last episode, because it's a while since I recorded it. But, oh, hello, getting the right thing. Early doors, when I was first learning to play this, I would have dumped this entire forward section, cockpit and all, into the processor. And that's fine, it'll work. And you can see I've already met all 3 criteria, so anything I get now is just, you know, cake. But that bit, all of this bit, all of that, and this are all furnace. That is processor. So from a point of view of cutting this apart, it actually makes sense to come in with the helmet light on and cut this up into smaller chunks, because then you get more cash and less destruction. And this thing will just fly apart like it's under pressure, which it presumably is. But you know, it's a lot easier, really a doddle to do, in fact. And it takes next to no time to do it. So just a little hint there from me on, you know, what I have learnt in my time playing this game. What I have learnt. Now the one thing I never managed to recycle and never tried to recycle is the glass, and I'm wondering whether I should, because it's actually quite hefty. But the question is, how do I get it out? I've never really bothered to try. Can't recycle that, so I suppose I can do that. And that. I say it might not be worthwhile, but
oxygen reserves are low.
Certainly not.
Reminder, asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage quotas.
Yeah. Let's chuck a whole lot in. It's not worth it. Let's see if I can do this before I run out of oxygen. And get in. So that is no point buying oxygen. That's refreshed every shift. It's only fuel and tethers that don't. So we destroyed a bit of stuff, but we got 1.3 million. I spent about 24 million oxygen, 24,000 on oxygen, about 3 or 4. We got some links tokens, we've got a repair kit and some stuff, and we're all good. And now we can, now we've got to pay off our regeneration fee, our interest on our loan, our bay lease. So we earned 1.33, but we spent 500,000 just paying for all of our stuff. And we get a safety third sticker. Ooh. So let's go and have a look. What was that? We can put that on a thing, and we're good. No messages, no certification stuff. We are getting closer. Level. I'm not level 3. I need 850. Oh, I am rank 3. I need 850 for rank 4. So it's basically at this point view ship catalog, and rinse and repeat. So I'll see you once I've done another ship. All right. I'm cheesing that one. I can't be bothered to completely dismantle the thing. So you'll see the destruction meter just went poof. But I have achieved level 3. So let's go, or rank 4 I should say. So I'm already rank 3. So we can head in. Home sweet home. And let's see what we got. Because obviously we got another 1.3 million, which, you know, compared to 1.2 billion is quite a thing. So we've got beginner, we're prestigious rank of beginner, which gives us ship class 3 certification. And a little bit more, and we're...
I'm looking at the stats coming from your bay, and it's looking like you're really going to make your way around here.
Cool.
It's time to learn about how to upgrade your equipment and some of the more advanced tools you'll soon have at your disposal. Head on over to the upgrade section of your employee terminal.
Doop-a-doo. Alright, so we've got a message, blah blah blah, electrical components, all about that. So, oh, space to continue, not tab. We have got the Exolab ship, so they're quite cool. And let's have a look. We only have equipment as an option. Okay, listen.
Links rewards hard work and learning by giving shipbreakers access to tool improvements and new equipment. Reaching salvage goals is essential for becoming a master shipbreaker. Basically, they want to make sure you prove yourself first before giving you the big guns. Completing salvage goals will net you shiny links tokens. Use those tokens here to get yourself some new gear. Sometimes there are some extra goodies in the rewards too. So let's get going and learn about one of the most important tools in a shipbreaker's toolbox, tethers.
Okay.
Go ahead and purchase them.
So, handheld utility grapple, and it's the tether module, which we can afford, so we shall purchase it.
Have a quick read, then hop back in.
Blah blah blah, all about tethers. We've still got 298 links tokens. Nothing to buy there, nothing to buy there, nothing in thrusters, nothing much for the nothing for there, nothing for there, and we're not even high enough level to get demo charges yet. The other thing is, later they get durability, so that's the thing. We're going to start the training on tethers. Yay.
Let me tell you how to use these things. Tethers are more powerful than the beam of your grapple, so they're great for moving super heavy salvage. Try it out. Press and hold the secondary input for the grapple to begin placement. Point where you want the salvage to move to, and then release it to create the tether.
Otherwise known as click, drag, click. Now they do go a bit screwy if you, so for example, you may see that turn red, yep, because it's turned round and gone around the other side and broken the beam, but it's easily enough. The strength of these is more, so they can cart far more weight. And
great. Now, what if you want to get rid of the tethers you've placed? There's a cancel command you can send.
yes,
but take
there
note that
is.
it clears all the tethers you've placed.
Yes.
Go ahead and try it now.
No. Yes, alright.
Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't matter, there's no money in this
Now,
one.
you've got unlimited tethers during this training exercise. But after this, when you need more, you'll have to buy them from the kiosk.
Okay.
Let's see how well you can handle them now. Try to clear out a bunch of that scrap. You can stack multiple tethers on one object to increase the pull force. You can also chain objects of any size together to move them all as a group. I've seen some cutters do some incredible things with the daisy chain of tethers.
Yeah, that one ain't going to work because it's going to break. So let's quickly do that and get that one in as well, and they'll start pulling on each other. Doesn't really matter, like I say, we've got unlimited, so, and we can oh, that one's, they wear off as well. Some of the upgrades you get later on is tether upgrades, so you get duration upgrades and so on and so forth. But let's stop being clever.
Well
Let's
done,
just...
Cutter. Looks like you know how to handle these things. When you're ready, let's go back to the hab and continue with the day.
And yeah, and I will also take the opportunity to check how long I've been recording. So I'll be back in a second. So we've got another sticker. I don't know what it was. Let's have a look. I've got a whole load of those safety things. It's a complete tutorial. Yeah, I don't want to place any more of those. Let's come out. Our equipment is 100% durability down the line. We've only got 298, and yeah, there's nothing there. So let's go have a look at our ship catalogue. And now we have got the Exo Labs, which they're pretty cool. So let's go to the hazard level 3. They're a little bit more risky. They've got power cells now, so let's go and have a look at this one. And oops, space. Yeah, let's go. I should have enough fuel. I've got 10 tethers by default.
Hey Rook, seeing you on a closed channel.
Yeah, there's some other people.
If our crew ever gets to mingle face to face, we should crack some beers and share what we do when we get out of the red and start actually making profit from salvaging.
Yeah, they keep talking
Hard to figure when anyone's gonna hit that point though.
and yakking.
Weaver's been at this 20 years, but he slipped back into dev thanks to foreman training.
I love the idea.
Most of her money back home to New Manila. Transfer goes through links, of course, and the fees are huge. Kaito, well,
All depressurized.
but just hasn't really taken to the work. He's been warned that he's a low burner.
That one will pull
I'm
off.
trying to get there as fast as I can. Once I hit 0, I'm gonna work maybe another year or 2 and just bank it off. All I want is enough to get one of those mining skips for belt running.
And
Still
yeah,
so many rich rocks along the frontier line. Eventually hire some friends from back on the Eris platforms above Mars. So many good folks who just can't get work. Don't know when that'll be though. Every time I think I'm earning at a steady clip, the company finds another fine or fee to slap on. Anyway, I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks.
Happy cutting. Lou out.
Bye. Yeah, so in the last one, I got introduced to a whole bunch of NPC characters who are my, in quotes, fellow cutters, and consequently, we there we go. We get these little interludes, and there is a bit of a backstory. It's not complete by a long shot. We'll actually complete it in a few episodes for the backstory, but the backstory will be developed further. Now that looks interesting, but I'm not going to play around with that yet. So let's go and have a look inside. Now we've got interesting stuff. So everything in here the computers, these consoles, they're all switched on, they all have power, and if I yank them out now, they are probably going to electrocute me. So sometimes the best thing to do is to strip out the floor, strip out the ceiling, then go into the side panels to find the power cells, because that's where they're normally hidden, and take all the power cells out before you start on the pulling the things out. There is a slight issue here, and that is that there's only one airlock back here. Now if there's fuel in there, it looks like we're lucky, it looks like there's no fuel, so I might be able to make a cut through that wall there. But if there's fuel in there, then things get hairy, because you're kind of having to choose and work out where to cut, and yeah, it's not always a decision. That's a power cell, by the way, which we'll come back to in a moment. I'm going to quickly strip the floor and the ceilings off, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we've stripped out the floor and the ceiling, so first things first, let's grab that, don't bang it, it's fragile, and pew! And what's that, the only power cell? There's a power cell there, battery pack. So I think we actually escaped reasonably lightly with that one. There was only the single power cell in, which was definitely more than I could have really hoped for. This stuff here is a pain, this wiring, and there is actually another thing there, but that's not openable, so it's just like a decommissioned hooferator. So now we've got that done, we can actually start with these, and these I still do them from range, even though I've disarmed the battery packs, because they can occasionally cause you give you a zap. I don't know what the rationale behind them giving you a zapping, whether it's capacitors or whatever. Could, you know, it's possible, really, isn't it? But these all need pulling out. The table goes in the furnace, that and that go in the barge, all of that lot go in the barge, so that's my next job. Back in a sec. Oops, I overloaded my cutter. Don't do that if you want to avoid setting fire to yourself. And it's not difficult to avoid, you just have to stop cutting when it goes beep 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 beep. You know, it's as... oh, come on. Alright, fine, we'll do it the hard way then. Yeah, so this stuff here, a pain in the bum. because you have to cut it all out, otherwise it, oh hello, it stops you doing stuff. And then finally all of this lot will come loose. Now this little small fry stuff, but again it doesn't take long to put in the furnace, so just fire those off. I chopped the solar collectors off the side as well and fired those down there. And eventually, once you finish with all of this, you get to the point where you've salvaged another ship, which I don't think there's any surprises left here. This is, this stuff to take out. So again, this is a relatively straightforward. The only difference is now I've got the tethers, which will allow me to cart this central section and the back section and a lot heavier weights, so I don't have to faff around cutting things up as much, which is nice. It's a bit like, you know, when you stop and have to cut your kids' foods up. For those of you who, of course, have a clue what it's like to have to cut up your kids' foods. Yeah, let me carry on. Be back in a mo. Alright, so we're getting towards the end of this one. Now there's no engines in these ships, which makes life nice and easy, because we can basically take all of this and shunt it off out the side. If I can get this to come round. This is not too bad because it hasn't got the pods that you connect into. Tether that in there and off that goes. Now same again, we can take this. Now normally I'd have to cut that down because I can't shift that, but a tether will shift that no problem, and I'll chuck a couple in just to speed that up. So that just leaves the inside of here to do, and that is for the most part just a normal strip down, exactly the same as everything else. The only difference is that this one has, in addition to seats, has some computers in it, and at this point I can, if I wished, just chuck the rest of it in. I'm not going to. I will take out these computers because they're reasonably valuable. Storage lockers I'll probably not bother with. I'll just chuck those into the processor. Or should I try? I'm never sure which is the better of the two, actually. I mean, that's 23 kilos of nanocarbon. That is, yeah, I'm very tempted to actually try going with the aluminium and just chuck it through that one, because it really does not matter. That was a little bit of an electric shock arcing off that. That would have been, you can see there. So I'm going to try that one this way around. I'm never sure. They're not, they're half. That's 50%. The better message would have been tether supplies at 50%. But we've completed the thing. Everything's done. Chuck that batic in there, and yeah, and that's another ship done. Now I love the geomorphic nature of these ships, because that's a mackerel. That's the same ship we've done over and over again, but all they've done is added more nacelles to it, different shapes, different exterior modules, and it looks like a very different ship. It's pretty good. So we got, yeah, don't know, I'm not sure which is the better of the two for this. Now the one other thing, now your tools are taking durability damage. As you can see, the bottom right hand corner, my grapple is at 85%, my cutter is at 84%. You know, everything's taking damage. There is in your inventory a number of repair kits. Now we've got 8, I like to have 10 spare plus whatever I need. So before I go in, 2 and then 1, 2, 3. And that just means that we've always got some. There's no particular reason why you need that many. You only need enough to repair everything, but a whole bunch of stuff. This time we made 2.6 million. Got some MP. We're not going to rank up off of that. In fact, we're probably going to need to do a couple more ships to rank up off of that, which I will do between episodes. I'll wait until we're next in. And we have here a cut to mention the word beer. Okay, we seem to get stickers for everything then, obviously, don't we? But that's fine. Let's place it on the grapple. E. There we go. Good place to put a beer sticker. And our equipment, that will take a while to wear down, so I'm just going to repair that and that. We've got no advancements available, so that'll probably see us for this episode. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and if you are thinking about playing this game, I highly recommend it. It's a really nice little puzzle game. But till then, see you soon. Bye for now.